and we are back with our study mode, our school mode. For a little bit and for a little bit of time, we'll be teaching from school and you will be studying at home. So be ready with your copy and pencils so that you can note down all the important discussions or questions that we come across. Yesterday, we started our chapter 1, that is I Love My India, and covered the political division of our country. We also learned some interesting facts. So today we are going to continue with the major landforms of our country. We will learn about the major rivers of our country. And again, we will do the map work and know some interesting facts. Okay, so let's get started.
Let us examine the map given on page number 12. All of you open the map in your books. Now tell me, what kind of map is it? Is it a political map? No. But why? Yes, because we cannot see the division of any state or city or union territories or capitals on this map, isn't it? Therefore, it is not a political map, but a physical map. And we all know what a physical map is, isn't it? Okay, so let us revise again. A physical map shows all the geographical features and landforms across the world. It may display a city or a state, a country, or the entire world. Water bodies such as oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, and river basins, and landscape features such as plateaus, mountains, and deserts are all displayed on a physical map. Now, let us come back to the map given on page number 12. Would you like to guess what is being displayed in this map? Take a look. Yes, it is displaying landforms of our country. And also one more thing. Exactly. We can also see rivers being displayed on this map. We can see that all the major rivers found in India are being displayed here. Let's see if we can name some. Godavari, Mahanadi, Narmada, Ganga, Yamuna, Indus, Brahmaputra. We can see so many of them. Now, if we take a closer look, we will observe that most of the rivers in India are flowing from west to east direction, isn't it? See? And they are joining the Bay of Bengal. Have a look. All these rivers are joining over here and then they are joining the Bay of Bengal. But can you spot me names of two rivers that are flowing from east to west direction and are joining the Arabian Sea? Take a closer look and guess. Yes, Narmada and Tapi. They are the rivers which are flowing from which direction? East to west direction. Very nice. Again, these rivers can be divided into two parts, the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers. As the name is explaining, the Himalayan rivers are the rivers that originate from the Himalayan range. We can see so many rivers like Chenab, Ravi, Indus, Ganga, Ghagra, Kosi, All of these are originating from the Himalayan range and they are called Himalayan rivers. Second are the peninsular rivers. Now, do we know what a peninsular area is? Yes, it is the area which is surrounded by water from three sides. We can see this area of our country is surrounded by Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, and therefore it is called the peninsula. And all the rivers that are originating from this area like the Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri are called what kind of rivers? Peninsular rivers. Very nice. Now let's move to our next section in which we learn some interesting facts about the physical divisions of our country. Now, if we see the index given on this map, we will find that it is showing us 5 main physical divisions of our country. So let us examine in detail these 5 divisions one by one. The first one is the Northern Mountains, also known as the Himalayas. They are made up of chain of very high mountain ranges that run from the northern eastern and western parts of our country, India. This mountain range can further be divided into 3 smaller ranges, namely the Himachal range, the Shivaliks and the Himadri range. Then comes the northern Indian plains. They are a flat region containing highly fertile soil. The northern Indian plains are made up of an extremely vast fall of plains. These regions fall under the territories that are governed by the states of Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Bihar, Haryana and Punjab. The soil in these terrains is highly fertile, making agriculture the primary occupation of the people who inhabit the northern plains. Then we have the Western Desert or the Great Indian Desert. The states of Gujarat, Rajasthan govern over the Thar Desert, a huge desert featuring dry climate and sandy terrain. It is interesting to note that the annual rainfall experienced by these regions is less than 50 centimeter. Then we have the peninsular plateaus, also known as the southern plateaus. These regions are known to be one of the oldest land masses of India. The Deccan Plateau covers the hilly region of the Western Ghats, and the Central Highlands play host to the hilly region known as the Eastern Ghat. Then we have the coastal plains. The western coastal plains of India lie in between the Arabian Ocean and the Western Ghats, whereas the eastern coastal plains lie in between the Bay of Bengal and the Eastern Ghats. And the next important feature, the landform is islands. How many set of islands do we have? Yes, 2. The 2 primary islands that fall under Indian territories include the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands. So these are the major landforms of our country, India. We'll be discussing and studying in detail each and every landform in our coming chapters. But for this chapter, I hope you understood all the things that have been taught. I request you all to once again go through the chapter and read all the question answers that we have solved in our notebooks. Before winding up, I'd like to tell you an interesting fact about our country. Do you know that India is one of the most ancient civilization and that the name India is derived from one of the rivers of our country? You can take a hint from page number 12, see the map and guess which may be the river? Yes, Indus. So, the name India is derived from the river Indus. Like this, each and every river of India has a story behind it, a history behind it, some cultural and some traditional. I would like you to take help of your parents, in fact, your grandparents, and ask them to tell you something more about the rivers. And if you find out something interesting, I would want you to share it in the comment box. We will let's see how much information are we able to gather. Okay? So I'm hoping to see your responses in the comment box. Till then, stay safe and study for your P1s which are coming soon. Thank you and have a great day.